Big John. He's going to be in your corner. He's going to be around you. I've seen him around today. How's that going to be, having John with you this time?
I'm trying to get John on the undercard, to be honest.
Against?
So that we're still working on that. Frank's working very hard behind the scenes. It's not been announced, but I'm just going to give you a little sneaky preview. Big John's trying to get him on the undercard. So yeah.
Him and Eddie Hearn would be a good fight. I keep hearing like they're going.
My dad had chin Eddie Hearn in one round. We're not in 30 seconds.
Yeah, not a fair fight.
No.
The other one, there was a bit of Shane and Dean. You know, Dean White, Shane Fury.
Yeah.
What do we think of that? There was
we could get those two on the undercard. Not a problem.
I'm down. That's a good.
We'll speak to Frank about that.
We'll make it happen.
What's good, family? Shout out to my doggy Izzy Pop for sending through that much required coin. So we just heard there from your man's Tyson Fury. And I can't lie, people who know me know I love drama more than anything. Drama is the number one thing in the YB's life, 100%. I love a piece of drama. I love a big meaty piece of drama. And this right here, for me, was explosive, truth be known. The only thing lacking from what Tyson Fury said, really, was the official call-out. I think Tyson Fury should have said, listen, I want to get John Fury on the undercard, and Mickey Theo, we want you bad. Yeah? That's what he should have said. Now, I'm bringing Mickey Theo into this, because really, it's the only fight that makes sense. But knowing John Fury, I think John Fury will want a complete stiff, truth be known. Yeah? John Fury will want someone. I mean, look at Tommy Fury. I'm not being funny. Tommy Fury is in his prime, and he fights complete bumzoids. Yeah, I've never seen people as useless as the people Timmy Fury fights. Let's call a spade here. Timmy Fury's resume is 10 and 200 and something, meaning that if you combine all of Timmy Fury's resume, all of his opponents have about 10 wins and 160 losses. That's the situation Timmy Fury's resume find itself in. So if that's a prime guy in Timmy, is John Fury really? Bear in mind as well, people, John Fury ended his professional career spark out. That's how his career ended. His career ended with his abdominal muscles clenching, and he, bottom line, ended up nutting all over himself. He was that stiff as a board. I believe it was Team Lighty as well. Some next Team Lighty general clipped him, and he was stiff as a board, out cold. So that was 40 years ago as well. And that's why I believe he didn't want nothing to do with Mickey Theo, because he thought, damn man, my whiskers were compromised 40 years ago. Imagine now. Yeah? So it's a shame. Especially after all that woofing. Especially after all that branding was, all that marketing and all that advertising. All that clout was injected into it. And really, it is the only fight that makes sense as a narrative. But again, Team Fury, or not so much Team Fury, but Timmy Fury and John Fury, they don't seem to care so much about narrative. Look, for example, look at all the narrative that was pumped into Timmy Fury versus Jake Paul. That didn't stop Timmy Fury finding a way to jack. So, me sitting there telling you that, oh, there's loads of narrative already pumped into Mickey Theo, and it makes sense, it ain't going to make a scrap of difference. John Fury and Timmy Fury, their number one objective isn't about the best show or the most whatever show. They just want to maintain their facade. They want to maintain their fake image. Oh, I'm a hard man. By any means necessary. Rather than back it up and say, listen, I'm a hard man, I'm going to show it by filling Mickey Theo in. Oh, I'm a hard man and I can't let anything go against that narrative. That's why Timmy Fury fights bums. That's why Timmy Fury ducked Jake Paul. And that's why John Fury, if he does fight on this card, he's going to fight a complete stiff. And it'll be embarrassing. I'd rather, even though I'm intrigued to see John Fury fight, I'd rather him not just go in there with a complete washed knockover. That's just my personal opinion. Because I know what happens. That'll get John even more gassed. I mean, I'm embarrassed. To be quite frank, I'm embarrassed about the state of boxing right now. We had Carl Frampton put a video out reacting to the whole John Fury thing, and he goes, oh, I was shitting my pants. What? And it makes sense, I ain't going to lie to you, I think he was. I said that in my video. I said, listen, the only explanation for Carl Frampton turning away and walking away was that he shat his pants, and he did. I can't believe it, though. What is so... And that's why I respect Mickey Theo. Because he's out of all the so-called hardcore pro boxers, like David Hay and Carl Frampton, they all cack their pants at the thought of John Fury. Honestly, it's embarrassing. I don't understand it. I can't understand the angle they're getting at here. But it's true. Carl Frampton cacked his pants. David Haye cacked his pants. Of a 50-year-old man who is never no good at doing what they do. It's baffling. It really is. That said, we live in the social media age, and I'll be there to watch it. But not a bum. Again, I don't want to see a bum fight. I don't want to see something that's just going to pump John Fury's ego up. He's got plenty of ego already. He needs to. If John Fury's going to go in there, and I saw some pictures. John Fury put some pictures out, and he's all looking all relatively in shape. And some people were saying he looks in better shape than Tyson. Well, if that's the case, what? That's what I understand. And this is how you can tell people are fake. You see, this is why I lost respect, and I haven't got no respect for John Fury, because he talks about, and that's why I do respect. There's someone from the Fury family. I've got his name now. He died quite young, about 50, I believe. And he was a real fighting man. He's got videos of it. He actually would get stuck in pure bare knuckle. I've got his name now, and he's got a documentary out, I think, about his life. I think he ended up dying of some sort of cancer. Either way, I don't think it was Huey. I think it was another one. But he was proper renowned. Like, he really was. Was it? I'm not sure if his name was Fury actually. He may have been on the others. I'm not sure. Either way, one of them ones. Big. Probably was a few. Either way, I can't remember. But the point is, that one there was the real one. This John Fury, he a fake one. Yeah? In fact, I'm not even sure it's a Fury name. It might be one of his cousins. I don't know. But either way, the point is, John Fury, he fake. Yeah? But the reason I bring up the story of the other one, who died of lung cancer, I think it was, is because that guy, he wouldn't have allowed someone, the way Mickey Theo. Now, Mickey Theo wasn't doing it in a nasty way, but he wanted to fight, and I respect that. But the whole point of that, the whole point of being bare knuckle, the whole point of being from the bare knuckle culture, yeah, is that when you get called out, you answer up. And John Fury talk about, and that's why I said John Fury he ain't a pure blood. He's not. He's a muggle blood. Yeah, he Harry Potter. He half and half. He ain't a purebred. Because if he was, he'd understand. You can't have someone. Mickey Theo was getting off all over your name for months and months and months, and the worst thing is, it's not even like you can say, well, John Fury didn't know. You knew, because you responded, oops, and then you went quiet, and then you started moving goalposts, saying, oh, I only want big fights. Well, who are you? You're the man who got chinned by Team Lighty 30 years ago. Mickey Theo is the guy that makes sense for you, because you're a nobody about I only want Mike Tyson. The only reason Mike Tyson would even sniff at you, which he isn't, is because of your son. John Fury has never really done anything off his own back, apart from go to jail. Facts. The only thing John Fury's managed to do for himself is go to jail. And that's the bottom line. So when you're starting there, you best believe Mickey Theo the best you can do. And that fight's actually a good fight. I actually would back, bearing in mind that John Fury's cacked his pants, I'd back Mickey Theo to win that fight, 100%. Because Mickey Theo won it. I'm always going to take the guy who wants it over the guy who making excuses and the guy who flapping and whatever else. So, yeah, at first glance I was half excited, and I just hope, that's why I do these videos to some extent, I hope that people hear this and it makes sense in their head. I hope John Fury hears this and thinks, wait a minute, you're right. I think was it Huey Fury? Was it Huey? I'm not sure. Either way, the point is, there's a video about the guy, and he was, I think maybe John Fury was even talking about him, was talking about how hard his cousin was, or his brother or whatever. Well, why aren't you backing that legacy up? I don't understand that. Mickey Theo wants you. He wants you bad. Yeah? Your cousin or brother, or whoever it was, Huey I think it may have been, he was out there really living it like that. So what are you doing, John? Just walking around trying to get off on scary boxers? Because the whole boxing fraternity is down bad. You got David Haye, scary ass. He didn't want it. John Fury actually, and that's the problem, you see. John Fury's been allowed to get away with it. He called out David Haye. David Haye cacked his pants. Didn't want it. Yeah, David Haye ended up getting his Team Lighty card revoked from the YB. He ain't light skinned no more. He needs to find some other race. That's what he needs to do. Yeah, because I tell you what, you ain't no more. David Haye ain't got no Lighty in him. He's some next thing. He's some next abomination. 100%. But yeah, John Fury, when you hear this, you need to know, get in there with Mickey Theo. If you're going to come and fight, and no one trying to watch you fight no bum stiff, like your son does, Timmy. Yeah? You need to go in there and back up all the stuff you've been woofing about for God knows how long. Because Mickey Theo has been disrespecting all your, oh, you've been doing this. Yeah, well, get in there and get stuck in with him then. Oh, Mickey Theo, you're shaped on mallet. Oh, Mickey Theo, oh, You shut to Malik, pig! Oh, what are you giving it all that? Well, why don't you want to go in there to fight? Oh, no, actually, I only want to do it bare knuckle. Get out of here, man. Get out of here, that bare knuckle. But I can't lie to you, this would be a great addition to the undercard. I actually think this area of the market is underdone at the moment, meaning that I think the social media thing can play a much bigger role in boxing. For example, people want to see these social media fights. People don't want to watch two random so-called real boxers. Who cares? No one cares. People want to see the YB and Tyrone. People want to see, I don't know, the Pork versus Spencer X or Michael. Do you understand? These are the narratives people want. People don't want to watch two random dudes who no one ever heard of. They want to see the full social nature of it. You understand? Anyway, let's see where this guy. Let's see what Frank Warren ends up dragging out of the dustbin. No doubt. I'm trying to think, because John Fury is what, 55. Imagine how old. Yeah. Imagine how old the dude's gonna have to be for John Fury to be confident about getting in there with him. Because Mickey Theo was older, he was smaller. John Fury had all the advantages and didn't want it. So really, John, if you're gonna come back, either stay away or it's got to be Mickey. And I think everyone, all the Fury Man fans, need to stop rubbing him off. Yeah, and not, you know what to do. Stop rubbing off the John Fury narrative and stick it on him. We want Mickey. Bottom line. And that'll be, I can't lie to you, that'll be one of the best undercards ever. Imagine that. Tyson Fury, Dillian White, John Fury. In fact, scrap the undercard. You wouldn't need an undercard. That'd be it for me. I'd be sold on that. And I literally don't watch any undercard fights. I only watch the main fight. But that fight, I'd be 100% down for that. Yeah? Tyson Fury, Dillian White, and John Fury, Mickey Theo at Wembley. Wow. That'd be co-main as well. I don't care what no one says. And no one trying to watch no so-called real ones. Just think, for example, what fight, would be bigger than that? I ain't trying to watch it. How about that? Oh, YB, we've got some so-called real boxers who are going to fanny around. No, we don't want to watch that. We want to watch Mickey and John. Simple as that. No doubt.